everyone. This is Amanda Kunkel, and let me give you a little overview about myself and what to expect from today. I am a business psychic, which I also call the fancy way of saying I'm a universe liaison, right? Sounds a little bit more fancy there. And really, it's not that fancy. What I do is I connect directly with the universe, God, Goddess. As I connect to the universe, and please know this is non-denominational, so it's the any source of love, right? That you feel the connection with. So you don't have to be you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to. I mean, you could be like, I follow rock because rock is the all loving, powerful vibration. Okay, fine, cool, awesome. That is who you're connecting with. That is what matters, not what I'm saying. So I have this direct connection, and I can see for other people lots of stuff, specifically around their business. And of course, we're here talking about writing today, which that is a little funny story, but I will save that for a minute. So I can see their quickest, fastest way to all of their business desires. Because honestly, the short of it is, it's not fancy. You and the universe created this plan before you were born. So it's already been planned out. I call it the universe map. It's out there in a map. The universe shows it to me. I communicate that to my clients. We dial in the fiddly bits as you get to that clearest, fastest, easiest, most aligned way to all of your desires. Now, of course, writing, as you know, whether you're writing a book or you're in business and you're still writing your own copy, it's really important. And even being able to just articulate. And bless Megan, I'm just gonna entirely love on you here for a second. I know I love on you a lot in posts, but Megan is my writing mentor who, oh my goodness, she took me so up here in the universe, used to seeing things with my mind's eye or just knowing things or feeling things, as well as a lifetime of shame and guilt around being dyslexic. Yeah, you can see my writing was a painful process at the time and made no sense. And Megan took me from that and over a year's time, because for me it took a year. That's just because I started so far over here. Brought me to being able to see the clearest, fastest, quickest, most aligned path for my writing. And by the way, when I still get stuck, I'm like, oh, hey, Megan, you're creating that Megan button, right? Because I might need you. As you know, when you're really close to a situation, AKA whether it's your book, your desires, sometimes it's hard to see the light, right? Which is why we all have mentors. It's why we have a amazing Megan, right? The intuitive writing coach. Then you have people like myself. You have, even just people that are have studied in university around writing. And then you have professional people that have nothing to do with the coaching business, but they work for a corporation writing copy. It's all over the place. The wonderful thing about what I'm going to do today is I'm taking myself out of the equation. I'm the middleman, right? Which my clients, that it's the more coachy side, the more let me help you get to the shift, because I know it's not just a one and done thing. What we're going to do today, though, is I'm doing this direct transmission. So what's going to happen, I'm going to take a sip of, I'm going to be drinking a lot because I'm about to speak even faster. I'm literally just going to let the universe come through my mouth. Just so you know, it's not really that weird. It is me creating, with my guides, a vortex of protection. And I'm allowed to then just open up that channel for the universe, which to me is all of the above that I mentioned: God, Goddess, Angel, Mother Earth, Spirit Guides, saying, we want you humans to know the following around the quickest, fastest, easiest way to writing your bold message. And I wrote down some notes from some questions that had come up. So please feel free to type questions in the message. Oh, yep, here we go. Hello, Liz. Apparently my computer's not keeping up. Megan, it's coming, it's coming. Megan, my wackiest thing this week was completely sleeping through my writing time on Tuesday. Oh my goodness, Megan. Well, it's okay. You apparently needed this sleep more, and we know that you rock at writing and are just so kick bum bum. So we know it wasn't a avoidance thing, right? Because that was me last year when I met Megan. Thank you, Megan. Okay, so I want you all just to take a deep breath. Please know that this replay is going to be up. Feel free to post questions in the comment box now that I know that I need to scroll to keep up with them. During the main transmission, I'm not going to be able to address them, but we'll take a pause and I'll address them so that you get some interaction here. And no, your hand's not going to be able to keep up with writing everything that comes out of my mouth. That's fine because there is the replay. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us today. And we really want to give a special shout out to Megan for making this wonderful connection to speak your bold message. And so the fact is that we are most excited about right now is this concept of speaking your bold message. And yes, we're talking about the writing process as well, but the writing and the speaking is all connected. So we want to say to you that we have had the pleasure of working with Amanda in seeing so many different writing levels of copy and of offer letters at various level of businesswomen, and to let you know that we have one theme that we want to speak with you here today that can help every single person, whether you are writing a book or you're just starting out in business or you're at a 7-figure mark in your business, is that we really want you to know to be more yourself. Okay, we know that sounds very how might you call it, bland. Yes, we know that sounds very bland to you right now. And here's the thing is, looking at it from the other side, is that your copy just needs to go deeper into who you really are. Because we want to say to you, whether you are writing a book, whether you are writing business copy, whether you are writing just for pleasure. And this, by the way, is sometimes why you feel like if you're just journaling on your own, you feel like it's really easy. And then you sit down to write something that other people are going to see. And then it feels hard, or you feel like you can't just find the words. And that is because there is this shift in your brain where you go from just being fully and 110% yourself in your journal, and then you come out to where other people are going to see it, and then you put this we want to say you put this gate up, and this gate is because you're trying to speak to other people and not speak to yourself, and that is what makes it hard. In fact, we want to say this is so easy. Oh, it's more easy than you could even imagine. But what we want to do before we tell you exactly how you can just go ahead and make it so easy is know that the one thing that is going to really shift and move the way that people read what you are writing is by 120% speaking boldly your real voice, your real vision. We want to say to you, and we love you so much. We love all of you, and we know how hard you have worked, and we know how much effort you have put in, and we want to say congratulations for that, because we know that it hasn't always been the most pleasant process, and that there has been long hours put in and often tears. And so please know that we're always here with you, okay? And we have seen that, and we want to honor that, and we don't want to make light of that. But what we are asking you is to go deeper, but to go deeper in a bigger way. So this bold vision of yours, we love using this analogy of what we call going from vanilla to the wackiest, craziest flavor in the ice cream wall, which is why we had Amanda ask you about your wackiest, craziest thing happen this week, because we want to get you out of the thinking like a normal, quote unquote, human being would think, because you are literally coloring with your crayons outside the lines. Coloring with your crayons outside the line is what is going to attract people to you, which is what is going to get your message across the most. Okay, so if you think of it in the terms of the ice cream again, you're going from vanilla to, oh, what is the craziest, juiciest thing? And maybe it is you are mixing. You are mixing so many different flavors together. And so maybe it's you have mint chocolate chip, and then on top of that, you have a little vanilla, and then on top of that, you have a little chocolate. And what we say there is that's all the flavors of you, and you can mix it up. But what you want is to always have all the flavors of you, and not just write and speak and think in the way that you think others want to hear it. Yes, of course, there are certain strategies and hooks and whatnot for writing, and that's just so that it's coherent for this online space where it is so easy just to scroll past and keep moving, whether it's a website or whether it is on something like where we are right now on this Facebook. But what we want to say to you is you can take those structures and you can use all of yours. In fact, we want to share what Amanda always received from Megan, and maybe you received something similar from Megan, but she would always say, Amanda, I know you've hit the nail on the head because I imagine you as this badass warrior, Viking queen on your horse with your long flowy hair and your sword raised into the sky. And that would feel so good to Amanda. And she knew then, yes, this is exactly all inside myself. And this is what is so different from everybody else. And this is what is uniquely Amanda. And so we say to you, do the same thing. We want you to have that badass warrior Viking, or like we said, the ice cream of the different flavors all put out there for the world to see. Now, yes, of course, there are things like you don't have to share all of your, dirty laundry with the world. You do not need to share all your dirty laundry with the world, but what you do need to share is 110 of pure of your spirit. So you know, yes, you are down here. You are a spirit in this human body and in this flesh, but you are still connected to the universe above. There is still a part of you up there, and you can access that at any time, and you can access your universe map, and you can access your writing map that has been created with the universe. That is your unique voice, your bold message that is coming through, because it will be entirely different than anybody else's in this group, or even within the same category. Even if all of you were experts in, let's say, veterinary school, and let's say we all asked you to sit down and passionately write about being a veterinarian, and every single one of them would be so entirely different because of you and your soul. You are so unique, and that is what draws other people to you. And so now you might be saying, okay, this is great, but you're making it sound a little bit harder. And we want to just let you know it is not hard. We want to come back to the fact that you literally are just pure positive energy, and that you are this light within yourself, and we are here with you all the time. And so we want you to practice and have fun. You must have fun. You must have fun. We want to make this such an important thing, is you must have fun, because if you do not have fun with anything, including your writing and your message, that you will not move forward. So please make everything in your life fun. So maybe it is you start out something simple as write in your journal. Write like nobody else is going to, we love that one. Write like nobody else is going to read it, and just pour your heart out with everything you want to say, and don't worry about structure or frame or anything like that, and just let it all go. And then sit on it for a few days, and then come back to it. And of course, we're not saying that you have to actually turn that into what you're actually putting out there with your message, but that you will feel into the bits and pieces of it. And see, we are here with you all the time. So this is all about a translation between when you are just writing for yourself and in your mode, and maybe it's that you have your music on and you have a candle lit and you're sitting there watching the snow falling. Okay, see, Amanda likes to do that, so this is why we're giving this example. And you're just so in the groove and in the moment. We want that feeling, to take that feeling and translate it when you sit down at your computer desk and you get ready into, okay, now I'm this business professional and I'm over here and I'm adding to my book, or it is now time to write copy for this new program or offer that I have, or I need to write to a mentor or anyone else. So what we say is, it's so simple. You need to take the feeling, and this takes practice. It's okay. Practice, 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 have fun, practice, have fun, practice, have fun. What we say is, so take that feeling, that sitting there in your chair, curled up with your hot tea, watching the snow, writing all of your heart and soul out about all of your feelings and ideas and around a certain topic. Bring that in your heart, bring that in your body. Your body is a vibrational temple. So bring that vibration into when you are sitting at your desk, and sit there and just start to write. Just start to write. Don't worry about if you really erase most of it later. That's fine. We say there's nothing wrong with erasing, but it's important to be in the same vibrational space, because that is what makes it easy. That is where you translate fun to fun. And of course, you can do things like actually put some music on in the background, or, and if you have a shared space, use some headphones. And want to say, don't be so hard on yourself, and ask us for assistance. We're always here with you. All you have to do at any time is to say, okay, please, universe, help me lean into this. Help me find the next word. Help me find the next phrase. And maybe it is that you need to stand up and walk around your room or put down the writing for an hour and go do something else. But we promise you that as soon as you ask, we're always delivering everything to you. It is all about listening. And that's why we say, come back to fun, because when you're having fun, so many things just pop into your brain all at once. And that is where we want to say, those are the brilliant ideas that are here from the universe. And we will take questions now. Hello, everybody. Okay, that was cool. I've never received that information before. I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay, I'm scrolling through comments. Please let me know how this is sitting with you and what questions you have. We can go back in and speak to the universe. I know it's like drinking out of a fire hose. Yes, lots of water. This is one of the reasons that I have gigantic water with me at all times. Translate fun to fun. Love this. I know, Megan, right? Like, so, okay, yeah, like this is my special sauce, but I have not seen that in that example before. So I was going, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. It is fun to fun, and it is, yes, of course, the brilliant ideas pop into your mind, which is really the universe had been whispering in your ear and whispering in your ear, like, here's the big voice that we want you to use as your tagline, because it's going to show 120% of you when you're out having fun, right? Nothing comes to you when you're sitting there and just like, what is it? A watched pot never boils. Right? Like the same concept. If you grab onto the cookie too hard, it's literally just going to crumble everywhere. And the neat thing about this is, yes, it's lovely to have certain times of the day that you, like Megan said, you know, she slept through her writing time. Well, she had scheduled out writing time. So it's fabulous to have the writing time that you already know is like the time that you're able to sit and do it, when you're able to sit and think, maybe the kids are out of the house. So what you can do, so here's some pre-programming for you, is say to the universe, okay, I've got my writing time Friday at noon, and I want to write on the subject of orange pens, specifically Sharpies, because I've been hired to write a new slogan for Sharpie. You program the universe and you say, all right, between now and then, when I'm having fun, I want you to pop this stuff in my mind. And maybe I'll write it down on a piece of paper. Maybe I'll write just an email to myself where I only fill in the subject line with the phrase, send it to myself, don't look at it till I sit down to write. But I also want to make sure that you and I are in 110% vibrational alignment, where I am bringing that fun on that time, Friday at whatever it is I said, so that we can hit the ground running. And so you can pre-program that with the universe. It's the same thing, like if you're driving down the road, this often happens, and you all of a sudden start going, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I want to say and exactly how I want to write about it, but I can't pull over and voice record. Same thing, you say, all right, universe, I trust that you're going to save this in the back of my brain here, so that when I can pull over and voice record it, send it to myself, and forget it until I sit down to write, it's all good. Okay, let me come back over here to questions. Michelle, hello, Michelle. All the posts are throwing through me this morning weren't for the program. But I'm currently promoting another one. They came out with ease, but I wanted to write posts for the current program, which is what I know I'm aligned and excited about. Why does this happen? Yes, so that is a great question. And that's basically, hey, what I was just saying around the topic of the orange Sharpie. Sometimes try as we might, and Megan has wonderful, practical writing techniques, but what you can do with the universe is program them to say, hey, I love that all these other ideas are coming through, and I really need to focus on C over here. So let's park what's coming through for A, and let me pull out of A anything that I need to know for C. Maybe that's why you're sending me A, even though I'm concentrating on C. And please, then let's shift gears fully to C. And then go do something fun. Maybe it's, you go and bake cookies, or you run out and get yourself a coffee. Oh my gosh, like, Right? The coffee run has taken on a whole new theme if you're in an area where you're actually able and safe to go get a coffee, with your mask and everything, and then to come back home, right? Like, human interaction, real people. So having fun that way. And then the information is going to come back to you. I know we have Megan and some more over here. Okay, Megan says, when you go back in, I would love to hear more about leaning into support from the universe for the times we're not feeling that joyful space. Simple ways to reconnect. Yes, absolutely. Anastasia, how can I access the universe or spirit guides to help me write and flow when I'm just sitting down to write? When I journal, it's so easy, but when I sit back down to write, I feel like it's crickets. Yes, so Megan, get to you here in a sec. We'll go back in. Anastasia, that is exactly what the universe was just saying about taking fun to fun. So you're saying, like, when you sit down to journal, it's easy. That's because you don't have to share it with anyone, right? You're all like, here, I'll pull a mine out, right? You're like, ooh, it's me, and here are my multiple colored pens, and I got my little candle going. Yeah. And so the idea of what the universe was saying is that feeling of safety, that feeling of openness, that feeling of, ooh, it's so yummy, capture that. And then when you come down to sit, your book, yep, and you're hearing crickets, bring that feeling back. Bring that feeling of the journaling, the juiciness, the safety, the openness, and the expansion. Best way to do this, if you have trouble doing this, I call it birthday. And this is directly from the universe, and it's, okay, well, maybe I can't connect with how I feel when I'm writing in my journal and in flow, but I can connect with, oh my gosh, you remember when I was a kid and maybe even a teenager and as an adult and my birthday was coming and I knew I was getting presents. Like, I didn't even have to see my parents shopping for it or like trying to hide the bags. I knew I would wake up, there would be cake, there would be presents, and there would be something fun and juicy in it. Feel that feeling of when you were a little kid. Okay? If you can't yet bring the fun of the journaling over to the sitting down to write your book and applying that fun there, it's okay. Just practice. You can absolutely go back to the birthday and do some of that pre-programming before. Hey, universe, this is when I'm sitting down to write my book, so I know you're coming with that information. We're going to have a little meeting then. Let me know if that makes sense. Michelle says, okay, yeah, oh yes, I'll ask the universe to redirect, but also look to see if I can pull out content. Yeah, and that's the wonderful thing, like sort of what I was saying about Megan. Yeah, birthday technique. And Megan, I'm going to go deeper here in a second to roll back around to those times when you're not feeling that joyful place to see if the universe has anything to offer on top of that birthday technique. But I tell you, I use this too, right? Outside circumstances happen, right? They just do. You can be in that wonderful space and you're sitting down to write, and then like you get a text that like your kid's just been suspended, and you're like, right? Totally human response. So the birthday is a wonderful way to bring you back in. But yes, Michelle, to what you were saying of is taking what the universe is receiving and pulling out the context and seeing if you can apply any of it to what you are wanting to write about. Because we're always getting whispers. There's always a meaning. Okay? And sometimes it takes a little bit to know exactly what that is. But the more you practice with pulling it out and asking the universe and trusting and leaning in, the quicker and faster it comes. So Anastasia, let's see here. So the key is to create a good feeling before writing. Yes. And it's a good feeling, but it's also like a positive expectation feeling. So going back to the birthday example, the positive expectation of like, I know, the universe knows we have this date time. And I'm working on bringing that some of that journaling, that good expansion, safety vibes with me. But I'm also going to sit here and be super happy like it was my birthday and I was a kid. And I know I'm getting that present. And here's the first thing. If it doesn't work on the first try, doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's like, oh, what did I try to learn how to do recently? Oh my gosh, I tried to get back into crocheting. Oh, not crocheting, knitting. Used to be able to knit a little bit. I had to like uncast and recast so many times. I used to knit just fine. Scarves, basic stitches. And I just kept foobarring it up because it had been close to 2 decades. So I had to keep practicing and practicing and practicing those first several rows and then taking them out and going back. And it wasn't because I was like, oh, this isn't going to work. It was oh, I'm just a little bit rusty at this. So same thing. If you sit down and you're getting you've set up the date with the universe and you're bringing in some of that journaling expansion and you're bringing in the birthday positive expectation and fun and nothing's happening, it is. The fact that you can sit there and feel that, or that you're sitting there and trying to feel that, that's something happening. That is an action, right? Like the first cast on that I did when I was attempting to learn how to re-knit or knit again. It's okay. Try again later. Don't force yourself. I work with horses a lot, and if there's a certain technique that isn't working or a horse isn't yielding their haunches, and I know they know how to yield their haunches, they're just being a prat, we don't dive in and make them do it again and again and again and again and let them keep messing up. We stop. We decide to maybe do a turn on the forehand because they'll do that. Good boy, good girl, give her a pat. And then we go off and do something positive, always ending on the positive. By the way, horses are like the biggest spiritual teachers. So I use them a lot as examples. So always end on a positive note. Don't let yourself get so frustrated. Give yourself permission to say, I've sat down and given this a go, and it will be even more amplified next time, and I'll have even better results. Okay, so I'm going to go back down in over here. Let me just read through your question again, Megan. Okay, I'd love to hear more about leaning into support from the universe. Those times we're not feeling a joyful space. Simple way to reconnect. Okay. This is a fabulous question. And while we like using the what we call the birthday or the Christmas or Hanukkah or any sort of celebration that you know that's going to happen as a catalyst for getting you into that soul space where you are just so connected to yourself and so connected to the universe that all of the ideas just flow right to you and through you. And we want to let you know that everything is always flowing to you and through you. And it's not that you have blocked anything. The only blocks that are ever around are the ones that we each think we have, right? And so what we want to say to you is that to give yourself taking a deep breath, literally just taking a deep breath. And we want to say to allow yourself to fully inhale into your lungs and to fully let your jaw slack, because we also want to let you know that the ways that we give the information to you to sit down and use that bold voice and to write and to have that language, it is the same way that all of the universe works to you and through you in the way for creating any of your desires. So this goes from things like abundance to the perfect relationships and anything and everything in between. So this is about, we want to take you back to the idea of what we call receiving. We want to take you back to receiving. That is really all that you're really doing. And this is why we say it is absolutely so easy, and that the humans, and we say this with so much love, because we understand the feeling of the hardest, and we understand how much everybody is showing up and giving their best. But we want to say it is so easy because all you're really doing is just receiving. So when you quit not receiving is when it comes in with ease and flow. So easiest way to lean in, if nothing else is working, taking a deep breath in through your chest so much that your whole chest cavity, it rises up, and then exhale, and then do it again and exhale, where you're feeling yourself with so much air, and then let your mind just focus on the rise and the fall of your chest, because guess what? The focusing on the rise and fall of your chest is that natural state that you have been receiving literally since the moment you were born, that is keeping you here. You receive every time you breathe in. Your body is doing it on its own. There's nothing that you have to do, be, or have to make it happen. And so by coming back to focusing on your breath and to breathe it nice and deeply is for a way for you to get back into that state of, see, I always receive, I always receive, I always receive. And when you say that you can always receive and always receive, guess what? Now you are receiving from us and leaning into that feeling of fun. All right, well, that was a pretty cool answer. That was neat that they went there for that one with the breath. They do that a lot in the aligned access treatments that we do. Starts a lot with focusing on the breath and coming back to, my natural state is just to receive, and I literally do it all the time without realizing it. Breathing is receiving breath, and it's like keeping me alive. Like, I don't have a block to receiving. And when you can feel that, hot damn, receive. I know, Megan, okay, maybe this is like hashtag everything comes back to receive. I feel like that's every time I speak to the universe, they're like, yeah, it's just back to receiving again. Or getting yourself in the state to receive, or reminding yourself that you're a natural receiver and that you're always receiving. And that fun is like your natural state of receiving as well. So I love that as well. And please feel free, there's a little bit of a lag, to type any questions or anything that ahas that you have had in the comments. And I want to let you know that the way that we are communicating today, where I am doing these direct downloads from the universe, where each of you is literally like receiving the message that you need to hear, even though it's the same words that everybody is hearing. The universe has had me put together what is called the gallery. And that is where I do this twice a month. So simple, easy, straightforward. And the topic that the universe addresses is chosen by the gallery audience. One is a direct download, and the second one is a question and answer session where I'm live on Zoom with the audience, and they get to ask different questions or submit a question if they can't make it live to Zoom. And I have opened up again audience seats. So if you are interested, please send me a PM if you would like to receive this nourishment from the universe twice a month. Without anything fancy, without having to put in a bunch of time or effort, and have those massive ahas on a regular basis. This I'm only opening up through Friday, so PM me today or early tomorrow to make sure to get into the gallery while we have these open seats, and ask me any questions, because I am happy to answer them as well. All right, Megan, coming over here. Yes, fun is the natural state of receiving. Yes, that... How freaking cool is that? And I won't dive into it, but the universe has been offering my one-to-one clients these super highway of abundance. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Yes, Michelle is a gallery member. Thank you. So the super highway of abundance is where, like, everything you ever desire, you ever want, just comes so quickly and comes with ease. It is those like overnight successes that you see, right? And which we all know is after years of trying all the different ways. You are welcome, Megan. I'm so glad that this is happy and amazing. But so just the short of it is, the superhighway of abundance, the key to it is having fun and feeling good and joyous. So what are we going to rename this? The superhighway of writing, of sharing your bold vision, sharing your bold message. Joyous, fun, coming back and coming back. If you are watching this on replay, please feel free to ask questions in the comments. Tag me on it just to make sure that I pop over and see it, because sometimes Facebook, just things go, and unless I'm tagged, everything doesn't pop up in my feed or my alerts. But I will happy to come back over. I'm going to purposely check over today and tomorrow to see if there are any additional questions. I know many of you have to watch this on replay. Thank you so much. It was such an honor to be here and to share directly from the universe to you. Here is to your bold message, cheering you on, and we'll speak soon. Bye. Thank you.